Good morning, Ricky here, the low-end card enthusiast, coming at you with another video from North Carolina. Hope you guys are doing well and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would chime in on a video that's going around YouTube. It has been for a while and probably will continue to, as long as we collect vintage versus modern collecting. And I thought I'd chime in on that. And at the end, I've got a short little short little story you might want to stick around for. It's kind of humorous. I think it is. It's dear to my heart. So you might want to stick around for it. But anyway, yeah, vintage versus modern collecting. And I'll probably say the same things that everybody else does. Collect what you like. Collect what you love. My take on this is that it's like music. I collect records too, or have collected records. Still have a slew of them, and it's like music. I think sports cars is like music. It's what you grew up with. I grew up. Well, I'm telling my age, but my late '60s. I started listening to. We had our little transistor radios in our neighborhood. We held up to our ear with AM radio. We didn't have FM radio back then. AM radio, and we listened to our pop music, and that's what we listened to. And then in the '70s, we got FM radio, and rock and roll, baby, and that's mainly in the '70s music is what I listened to, and I still do. And rock and roll, hard rock or rock and roll, still pop music or top 40, whatever you want to call it. And I like my jazz too. Now, don't get me wrong, I like my post-bop jazz, 50s and 60s jazz music. But it's like sports cards. I think it's the era you grow up in. I grew up trading cards in the late 60s, 1970, 71, 72, in that era. And, I grew up with Mickey Mantle. And, of course, the other greats, Ted Williams, Jackie Robinson, I grew up with them, but of course, I knew about him. It was just a few years prior to me. And I just, that was my era. And I understand the guys today, the young guys, collecting in their era. They do the breaks and the card breaks with the packs and the boxes. And I get that. And I think you ought to collect what you like. And, I don't make fun of these guys that do that. And a little story about picker store downtown. Two twin guys that they have two daughters. One's in high school, one's in the sophomore in college, and they got a son that's about 12, probably 13 now. A year or two ago, I was in and I bought a card, and he was going to check me out. He was helping his grandmother, she was training him what to do, with the register and stuff, and. He was saying something about the card I bought. And I said, "Do you collect vintage cards?" And he said, "Yes, sir." "Oh, yes, sir." I said, "What do you like?" And he said, "Well, I've got a 1989 Ken Griffey Upper Deck Junior rookie card." And that was vintage to him. That was going way back, way back. And I kind of laughed, and I said, "Well, to me, 40s and 50s are vintage," and laughed at him. But, it's what you grow up in. And I think you ought to collect what you grew up in. And a couple examples. I don't collect many modern cards, but I get on the bandwagon on some, and I don't spend a lot of money on really on modern cards. But this dude last spring, my buddy up at Granddaddy's Antique Mall, Kyle, I think his nephew Ricky, they both got booths up there. And I think Ricky or either Ricky's buddy got this signed in spring training last year down in Florida before the season started and Acuna went down with the injury. It's a 10 auto, and it's a Panini. I'm pretty sure it's a Panini card, so it don't have the logos. It's not licensed by a major league. But anyway, it's a 10 auto. So he's coming back this year, probably end of April, 1st of May, hopefully. See what he does. And it's fun to see what he does, what the card does. I'm not going to sell it. I would trade this before, if you ask me. Today, would I trade this before a vintage card? Yes. But yeah, see what he does and see how the card goes. It won't be very expensive because at the time I bought it last summer, it done went down and it wasn't very expensive. And it's a rookie card, but you see their logo right there. But like I say, it's not licensed, so but it is autographed. So we'll see how it does. But to counterpoint that, a couple vintage cards, like you say, if I was going to trade cards, I would trade my Acuna over these vintage cards. Love this 58 Aaron All-Star. And this 58 Mays All-Star. I love these All-Star cards in 58. Still want that Williams card in 58 Williams All-Star. This is in a 3. So yeah, modern to vintage. And then we got Mr. Trout, who's going to right field, I hear. I don't know the logistics of the Angels organization, but it seemed like they would put him at DH, you know? But I guess he wants to prove himself so he can still play in the field, you know, earn his keep, so to speak. This is its 2011 update rookie. But I hear that I read this morning where they might trade. You know, you hear all these rumors about trades if you go to Google, and I hear they might trade him. And I forget what the trade is, but it's Red Sox. Is it Devers? From Devers and some cash? Yeah, I think it is. I think it's for Rafael Devers. And anyway, that would be interesting. I don't know if it's before the season starts or I looked at them yesterday. They lost, I think, 14-2. He didn't play, which is not uncharacteristic in spring training. But to counterpoint that card, you got your 66 Mantle. I just love my vintage, man. This guy's already proved himself in the Hall of Fame. Well, rest in peace, but you know, he's already proved himself. And of course, you got your Ted Williams #1 card of this set, and his last card is in this set. I think it's number 250, if I'm not mistaken. It's #1. Yeah. Ted Williams. This one is cut really good from top to bottom, I would think. A lot of times they go real, of course they don't have a border up here, but they go real close on this. This one looks pretty good, I would think, for a 1.5. And so, I'll show you a few cards and my take on modern and vintage. Collect what you like, collect what you love. It don't matter what people think. It's what you like. It matters at the end of the day. So yeah, a little story, cute little story. I've had a little cardboard Nerf backboard basketball goal for several years. Had it in my other apartment, had it up, and don't play it a whole lot, but I do play it. It's got a little goal on it, and it's not really sturdy. It's got a little, net on it, and it's got a Nerf ball that don't bounce real well. And like I say, had it up our other apartment, played, and put it over the door at the entryway here in my dining room. Coming in, it's hardwood floors, and in my dining room, hardwood, and so it's pretty good flooring there to play. But like I say, the ball don't bounce real well. And I think it was last year I went to Walmart and found me a ball that bounced pretty good, and a little bigger though, but it still works pretty good. And played some, and my grandson was over. My grandson's 11, and he played basketball, recreational league basketball last year, and does pretty good. And he come over, and he was here, I think, Tuesday. They were out of school last week. He goes to a charter school, so they were there on break. And come over and saw the ball and started playing a little bit. And he said, Papa, you want to play horse? I said, sure. So he wrote it down, wrote it down and wrote my name and wrote his. And we started playing, and I started doing pretty good, and ended up beating him. He had a horse and I had an H, and it kind of irritated him. We got away with him a little bit. The old man beat him. Papa beat him. So he said, Papa, I've got a goal I got for my birthday last year, I think. He said, I've got the backboard over my door, but I just never put the goal on it. I said, you better put it on there. I'm gonna smoke you again when you come over here. You better be practicing. And so we went to Walmart. I said, well, let's go to Walmart and see if they got one. And I'd looked before, and they didn't have a plexiglass. I guess, I don't know if plexiglass or, it's bendable backboard and the breakaway goal, got springs on it. So we went to Walmart, and they didn't have one. They had the two side by side with the score, and I didn't want that. Just want a regular looking goal. And they didn't have one, so I got him look on Amazon, and didn't really find one I wanted for the price I wanted. It was $20, and I didn't really want that one. It was the cheapest one I could find. So I got to looking at Target, and they had one the next morning after he'd left. And they had one in stock in Durham, which is where I'm from, and next big city over, and which is not far, about 25 minutes to that Target. And so I found one in stock, and I said, well, I'm gonna go get it. It's $19.99, so I'm gonna go get it. So I went and got it, and it looked great, the box. And I got it up. It's great, man. It's just see-through backboard, with the foam, behind the goal, and it's got foam around it, and it's got some springs on the back where you can dunk it. It's got, it's great. $19.99, so I started playing on it. I'm practicing up. I'm gonna beat him. I texted him. I told him, said, you better start practicing. You better put that goal together. I'm gonna smoke you again. So a little side story there. Run my mouth long enough, but yeah. Those things are pretty fun and it's got I had one when I was a kid. I actually made it with a coat rack and put some string there for a net, and poor Nerf come out, and I had a sponge ball. It was made of sponge. It was the size of a Nerf ball. I don't know where I got it, but maybe I created Nerf. I don't know, and just getting the royalties from it. But anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed that story. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I hope you enjoyed my video. And you guys have a great day.